kind of talking that just being patient, that as much as they want to get to Miami, they realize that this is kind of a process, even though there's, no game necessarily right there.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, it's a long time to prepare. So again, you have to keep it fresh for them. You got to change things up. You got to really work hard to have the right combination of game plan, fundamentals, technique, live offense versus defense, fastball type work, and so I think we've done a good job. And then you can't just grind them every day. Today has been a long day. We started this morning at 8:30 with those guys, and did a community service project down in Anderson, which was awesome. And they did everything from building fences to splitting wood to moving furniture, landscaping. I mean, and really we've got a lot out of them. And then we came right back, had a quick bite to eat, had meetings at 1:15, and so we had we've been in pads, I guess, 2 or 3 days in a row now, and so we came out today in vests, a little bit lighter practice. We got our Christmas party tonight, which is always a lot of fun to see what they come up with, and then we'll get after it really good tomorrow. Great song, love that song. We'll get after them again tomorrow, and Wednesday. Then we'll just meet on Thursday, kind of grade the film from Wednesday, so we don't have any loose ends, and then let them go have a little 4-day break and then get back after it down there in Miami. But it's a process of building it up, and but we really want to have everything done from a coach's standpoint by Thursday. And so when we do get down there, we can just really polish the plan, really work on the fundamentals and the techniques and just the details, and then hopefully really go play with high energy and high emotion and great attitude.
So you're talking about having that plan installed by the end of maybe not completely done?
No, we want to have it done. And so again, you get down there, and not that you don't tweak things and stuff, but you want to really go to the bowl site and spend that time polishing, attention to details, studying a lot more film, working on recognition, and then really the fundamentals and the techniques of what we're asking them to do. So, because again, their brains can only handle so much, and there's a lot going on when you look at that itinerary and the things that we're going to be involved in. And so again, you want to try to get the majority of that work done here, and that's what we'll try to have it all buttoned up by Thursday.
Want to go and announce the permanent captain?
The team voted on the captains today, and it was Branch, Cody, Brandon Thompson, Deal, Walker, and Marquand Jones. And that's a great example. And I've talked about the leadership on this team all year, and everybody got at least one vote, which was really good. The guys that were were on the list to be voted on, and it was a split vote. And so you had a lot of guys get votes, and to see 3 guys on each side be elected captains by their teammates, that's a great sign of leadership. And Marquand Jones is you talk about he got a ton of votes to be the captain, and he hasn't played as much as he wanted to this year, but he still found a way to impact this football team, and that's a great compliment to him, and a great compliment from his teammates to him, for them to elect him one of our permanent captains this year. I'm really happy for all those guys.
Is that kind of what maybe sets this team apart from, say, a team last year or 2 years ago? Is that a guy like that who maybe doesn't impact with a bunch of touchdowns, but has obviously sort of, had a little bit of a say in the locker room?
Well, I just think that, a couple of the key intangibles on every football team, and every team's different. Every team is different. It's one of those things that has to develop in the off season and when nobody's looking, really, to be honest with you. And because these guys, they know the commitment from everybody, on the field, off the field, and all that kind of stuff. But the leadership and the chemistry of a football team are 2 of the most, underrated factors on a team. And this team's had great chemistry and excellent leadership all year. We got great chemistry on our staff, and I think that kind of transfers to those guys. But And listen, these guys have been that way since January, and I hope that we'll have that same type of leadership next year. That's what it takes. It really does. And I think last year we had some really good leaders. We didn't have the wealth of it like we have this year.
Would you speak a little to the growth at the position?
Well, I mean, he's just continuing to progress. Obviously, he's had a great player in front of him, Dwayne Allen, but he's found a way to impact this season, and he's had an excellent year for us. He's continued to progress physically. That's been the biggest challenge, is playing with the level of intensity, every play that it takes at that position, because it's a physical position, and that's where he's had to really grow and mature the most. He's got great ball skills and running routes and all that. He gets all that, but it's the technique and the physical part and the execution of that where he's improved the most. So, I'm excited about Brandon. He'll have another great off season and really commit, to take it to another level from a daily intensity standpoint. He'll have a career in front of him. He's got great talent, great ability.
Is that the best way to grow a tight end if you can't find one that's as skilled as a Dwayne Allen?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a natural progression. It's just you kind of, guys have a tendency to grow closer to the ball. Just like DBs grow into the box and linebackers grow down and ends grow in, and tackles grow to guards and tight ends grow. That's just kind of a natural progression with young people, as you get them. Sometimes you get the perfect fit, but it's not always that way. That's why you want to try to find those big athletes, as many of those guys as you can. And Brandon's been a big guy since he got here, but he probably was 210 maybe when he got here. But he had the big frame, the big bone, you could tell that he was going to be a big guy. And then he was 220 quick, and then he was trying to be lean, to be a wideout, but really didn't have the explosiveness that you want out there at that position. The great ball skills, and he could play it, but his future was the closer he got to the ball, the higher his future, the more his future improved. So he just bought into it, and so now he's put the work in, and he's getting his body where it needs to be. Again, I think he'll have a chance to play after Clemson if he will take it to another level next year from a physical standpoint.
Because you're setting it up now where you're beginning now. You could have, if he improves like you're talking about, of having some continuity at that position.
Yeah.
You could mentor the next generation.
That's right. That's right. And, those guys. I mean, the tight end is important for what we're trying to do.
Starting with Palmer.
That's right. What we want to do in the running game. I mean, your tight end is a huge factor. I mean, if you're just putting full wides out there, I mean, it really limits you as far as what we want to do from a running standpoint. The style of play that we have. I mean, you can mix that stuff up, but we really like having a tight end guy involved, and oftentimes it's two guys involved. But we got some good guys at the position, and some good guys that'll be joining us, and so that's always going to be a big part of it. So it's good to kind of see the trend that Michael started, and we've been a while since we've had a guy like that, and now obviously Dwayne, what he's been able to do, and then I think Brandon. I really do. I think he's going to be able to deal. Deal's he's been a hybrid guy. Kind of we've used him in a lot of ways, but Chad Deal's going to play on Sunday, and I think what we've asked him to do has really helped him because he was kind of a in the box kind of guy, and we've made him get out of that box and learn a lot of different skill sets, and he's had to really learn to play punt return, punt team, kick return, and all that kind of stuff, because those are things he'll have to do to make a living playing this game. And I really think he just got invited to the Senior Bowl. I really think he's Deal's one of them guys. We may look up, he's still playing 10 years from now. He's one of them guys. So I'm really excited about his future as well, and I think things we've asked him to do is going to help him. as he moves forward.
When you watch West Virginia personally, is there something that just jumps off the screen where you just go, whoa?
Speed. I mean, they got some cats like we got. I mean, they can run and they make plays. They got 2,000-yard receivers. Number one, number three, you better know where they are. And the quarterback, he's very efficient. He's accurate. Athletic on defense, fast. They got that number 11. I picture him as Vic Beasley. That's kind of how I picture him physically. He can fly. So they're built for speed and do a great job. Coverage has been a really good thing for them. Done an excellent job, and that's kind of what you get when you play in that odd stack, because they can do a lot of different stuff with that look. We got our hands full. They're an athletic bunch, no question. Big East champs, and you can expect that.
A little bit off topic, but what does a guy like Jeff Davis meant to your staff and the unique role he's had in your program?
He's the first guy I hired. I had the job 7 hours, maybe. And I called Jeff. I said, "Hey man, he was raising money or something, And I said, you're not in the right spot. You need your hands on these guys." And kind of laid out the vision that I had. It's been a process, but he bought into it from day one. Rolled us, and I said, it's going to change your lifestyle a little bit. You're going to be playing golf, and it's hours, and you got to come to practice, and there's a lot involved. You're going to mentor these players like they need it. And he jumped at the opportunity, and he's made a tremendous impact on this program. I mean, he's making just as big an impact now as he did 30 years ago. And people may not physically see him having 17 tackles, but I promise you he's having every bit as much of an impact, because what greater testimony do you have for Clemson than Jeff Davis? I mean, the guy's done it all, and he represents everything with class. He's impacted us from a recruiting standpoint. He's just a great ambassador, and he mentors these players every day. I mean, they'll come sit in his office. And James Trapp's another guy that I think has been a critical piece to putting this thing together. Another one of them guys that played here, understands it, was on the last championship team here in '91. So I like to tell him he was the missing link. But those guys do a tremendous job, and that's been the biggest change for us, since the day I got this job, is we've been able to slowly build a support system that allows us to do the job the way it needs to be done, and to really mentor these players the way they need. That's, to me, been the biggest change for us.
Rennie Moore thinks you're going to miss him more than anybody.
Oh, Rennie.
Is that true?
Rennie. I told him, I said, the little Sports Illustrated guy used to always write the sign that the apocalypse is upon us.
Yeah.
That's what I told him. I said, you're going to be in that article. But Rennie Moore is graduated, baby, and I'm going to have to witness that this Thursday. I am so happy for Rennie Moore, man. He's the poster child for, why you don't give up on one, and why you do it. What it's all about. He's the poster child for that, of why you've got to discipline, and why you got to push them, and all those things, because he certainly is one of those guys that we've had to kick in the box a lot of times, but you have to give him the credit, because he eventually decided, okay, enough's enough, and he decided to buy in, and he feels so good about it, because of what he's accomplished the last 3 years. He's certainly been a interesting guy to have on a daily basis. He's obviously very colorful, as y'all know, but I'm proud of Rennie Moore. I mean, I ain't never been more proud of a guy than him. To see again how far he's come, and just growing up. Now he's soon-to-be college graduate. Now we're going to have verification on this on Thursday. He promised me he had gotten it all done, so I'm excited about that, and we'll celebrate that. We'll miss Randy. I'm definitely going to miss him. I told him he'll miss me too. He'll be up in Buffalo or something next year. We'll be down here enjoying this Christmas weather, and he'll be up there in Minnesota or something like that.
How much have you seen out of Joe Gore the month you've had him?
Really good. He's going to be a good one. He's going to be a good one. He's just what you want. He's tough, got a great mentality. He may not know what he's doing, but he's learning, and we've been pushing him pretty hard since November. He's got a real chance to help us. He's got a great body, great athlete. We're gonna be very athletic as we move forward with the kind of guys we're recruiting and some of these guys we got on the team. Obviously got a lot of growing up to do in the trenches, but I really like the guys we're going to have to work with. Joe Gore's one of them.
All set.
All right.